What is going on, you guys? Welcome to Race Hail Praise Dale podcast, where we talk all things NASCAR Cup. I'm jtdalllis,
I'm Voodoo.
and today is a very special episode. Hence, why we're wearing our Race Hail Praise Dale shirts and hats.
Merch is in the
We have
link in the description.
merch. Yeah, that's right. Merch is in the description. So we've hit our 25 subscriber goal on YouTube, and it's awesome. I can't thank you guys enough. I'm ready to see how this thing grows because technically this is the second season we've done it. Well, this is the first season we have done it, but this is the second season of RHPD, but it has grown so much more this year since I asked Voodoo to help me. It's completely exceeded my expectations, and I love it so much. With that being said, let's roll that intro. All right, guys. Big shout out to Voodoo for doing all of our stingers again. I know I say it every so often, but I really do appreciate it. They look awesome. It's great. I like it.
Work in progress.
Yeah, I mean everything is a work in progress, but I do like it. I couldn't have done it. At least not easily. But do you want to explain what we have concocted for our 25 subs?
All right, so what we decided to do, because you guys sticking around helping us grow, we it took us a little bit of throwing ideas around to figure out what we're gonna do because we had no idea what we're gonna do. But Dallas over there, he decided to come up with this idea and kind of brought it to my attention. I was like, you know what? That sounds fun as crap. Let's do it. So essentially what we're doing, yes, it is official. Race Hail Praise Dale podcast is bringing Race Hail Praise Dale Motorsports to the NASCAR Cup Series. Woohoo! Go! I mean,
Oh yeah,
it's only fantasy.
We're millionaires. We can do that.
Just fantasy, but you know, we can dream, right? So
Right.
there's our logo reveal. It'd be nice if we could transfer this into Forza, where we could actually use the official logo. But
Right. We might have to play with the logo a little bit just to get it a little easier.
yeah,
But you might be wondering, like, what the heck do we mean by a fantasy?
race team.
Yeah, race team. Thank you. A fantasy race team, and how is it all going to work? Which we will explain a little bit later.
But just know that we're swinging for the fences, so we're going big or going home, baby.
Definitely.
Because we got all this money laying around.
Yeah, right. We bought out contracts of major players or racers. We've spent an cumulative about $13 million. You know, bought the other two charters from Stuart Haas. No, I'm just kidding. So the way that we kind of brought it up is we have 4 charters, and you know charters take numbers. And with a little digging, I mean, if you watch any NASCAR, you know most teams have a front man or a front number. Like Hendrick has the number 5. They've been running the longest. Stuart Haas had the number 4 or the 14. I'm trying to think of more. Joe Gibbs has the number 20,
and the 18 and 20.
Yeah, I mean, you can take a look back at these teams throughout history, and you can see their number pattern. So, with that, we were thinking, well, we could do something similar, and with a little bit of digging, meaning Voodoo Googled what is the least used number in NASCAR Cup history. That is number 65. So that will be our front man. He will be our star driver. But like I said, we have 4 charters that we are running. And in simple NASCAR fashion, we decided to do them numerically. So not only do we have the 65, but we also have the 64, the 63, and the 62.
Yeah, but
And then, yes, sir. And then you also might be thinking, well, who did y'all, how and who did y'all get to drive this? Well, we set one simple rule that if we picked a driver from a team, we could not use any other person from that team. Meaning, if we picked someone from Stuart Haas, we couldn't, like, say we picked Chase Briscoe from Stuart Haas, we couldn't grab Noah Gragson or Josh Berry. And the only reason I'm using them is because obviously they are the team that's leaving after this season.
they're the inspiration for us taking the team into the Cup Series.
Exactly.
They're leaving.
Okay. Yeah. That's kind of where we got our inspiration, because you hear all this team talk of people buying charters and all that. And in my brain, I was like, well, what if we just ran a fantasy?
And we had a cool 300 mil just laying around to buy all these charters and chassis and all that stuff.
And the way that we decided, which I'm kind of jumping a little bit out of order, but a little bit out of order. Anyway, the way that we decided to run or to do these motorsports is our 4 drivers, we're going to take their score from each race and tally them up, and then we're going to compare them to other teams at the end of the season. Which, I mean, we're going to do weekly updates on our Monday night videos, so if you want to see that, be sure to tune in, because it is a lot of fun.
I know technically at the time of this recording, on the time that you're watching it, is going to be post Gateway race, but we do have the points going into Gateway that will reveal after we let you know who our drivers and all that stuff is. But like you mentioned, Monday, during our normal live podcast, we'll give an update on how RHPD Motorsports is doing in the world of the Cup Series. So, just another snippet to look forward to.
Also, sorry, I didn't realize my mic was muted. Also, we decided that next season, because if you guys started watching at the beginning of this season, we started a week before the Clash. Started talking NASCAR. Now, we haven't talked as far as if we're going to do episodes during the off season or just during season. So we'll have to play it by ear on that one. But a couple weeks at least before the season actually starts, we will be making a new contract as far as drivers.
Yep.
So the drivers may stay, some may stay the same, some may change. But like I said, we're
on the hot seat, baby.
we take the score from each race, and then at the end of the season, we will see where our team stands in team scoring. So if we made good picks, we'll have a great team. Which this year we kind of had a leg up because we got to pick 6 months into the season.
A little bit of an advantage.
Yeah, a little bit of an advantage, But next season it will be starting from scratch, just like every other team. But with that being said, now we get to introduce our drivers. Like I said, I'll let you take the drivers.
All right. So the way that we picked our drivers, Allie came up with the idea that he would pick 2 drivers, I would pick 2 drivers. I'm like, all right, just so we don't have the same driver on our list when we go to reveal drivers, we revealed our list to each other, and there was one driver that just so happened to be on both of our lists, which is kind of what we were trying to avoid. So one of us did change our secondary driver, but because he was on both of our lists, we decided to go with him as our front runner in the 65, and that would be old BK Bad Brad Keselowski.
Yes, sir. Oh, Bad Brad. Running the number 65.
Yes, sir. Jump into our secondary driver. Let you reveal this one.
Okay, so this one was one of my picks. And once I unveil who it is, you'll understand kind of why I picked him. because I'm pretty sure you could put this dude in a wheelbarrow and he'd beat people. You got the number 64 running Kyle Larson or Cash Money.
Yeah, you could put him in a doggone Tonka truck and he'd probably beat some people.
Right? You're talking about a dude that all he does pretty much is race. I mean, even in the off season, this dude made it out to the Chili Bowl. He's ran dirt. I mean, look at him. He is the rookie of the year for the Indy 500.
Yep.
Or for IndyCar series because of the Indy 500. I'm sorry.
Yep. Then jumping forward to the 63, got a old comeback kid, as you refer to him. That'd be
yes, sir.
In our lonesome Toyota. His previous team was Toyota, but now he's under us. That'd be Tyler Reddick.
Yes, sir. Got the old comeback kid. This was one of your picks, and I agreed with it. He almost made my list. One of the reasons that I took him off of my original list was because of the last few races. He's had penalties and stuff like that. Just stuff that hasn't really dealt him a good hand. That's the only reason I took him off. Which, like I said at the beginning of next season, we won't have this insight. So
yeah.
But all right. So our final pick, which was one of mine, in the number 62, has to be I ran out of gas, Ryan Blaney. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about,
watch the Gateway race.
Yeah, we just watched Gateway. So you'll understand if you rewatch Gateway, or if you're watching this from a couple seasons in the future to us, Google 2024 Gateway. You'll understand.
Yeah.
But all right. I'm sorry for the interruptions.
Those are our 4 drivers. And because this is a fantasy team, we do it big. We got our 4 charters that we stole from Stuart Haas. And just because we got all that extra money laying around, fantasy team, why not just go ahead and pull in a new chart or new manufacturer? Could have went with a Chevy or Ford or Toyota, but those are so overused these days. We thought about going with Dodge, but Dodge has been part of NASCAR before, so don't need to bring y'all back.
We even thought about going Honda or Hyundai or Xfinity.
Passed up on all those. Their cars just weren't that great.
So instead,
go ahead.
Okay, so instead we chose the Cadillac CT5V Blackwing. If you guys have never seen this car, Google it. You can actually Google with NASCAR schemes, and it looks absolutely fantastic. We chose this because they run V8s. It's basically a Chevy, but with a little bit twist on it. Yeah, it's nice looking. I know that.
And to prove how nice it is, we went ahead and got our reveal scheme, much like 2311 did when they formed their team and they revealed their first car to us. Well, we're going to do the same thing for you guys. In our first CT5V Blackwing, or Brad Keselowski, will be
Bad Brad.
Our RHPD scheme. Look at that, dude.
Oh, yeah. And I know that first picture, you're like, I can't really see this game. But when he flips over, I promise you'll be able to see it. It's a...
But just look at that nose, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It's gorgeous.
It's nice. It gives me, like, Ford Fusion kind of, like, nose. But with, like, the Chevy powertrain. Because, let's be honest, Cadillac is a GM. So it's running the same thing Chevy is.
Absolutely. But y'all wanted to see the side. So let's see the side.
Look at that. It looks good. It's a throwback to Ty Dillon, isn't that who you said?
Yep. Ty Dillon's, I forget what brand of vodka it was that he had a scheme for, but that was where I got the inspiration from. It's not an exact representation of that, but that's where the inspiration came from. And then plus it's in our colors.
Yeah. It looks nice. Honestly, be prepared to see more schemes come out eventually. Just not really putting a schedule on it, but I can see us playing with different schemes on this car just to mess around. And eventually, when this podcast gets sponsorships, they will be put on the cars. And you might be thinking, like, why did y'all guys choose a manufacturer? One, it's fun. It gives us an excuse to play with the scheme editor in Forza. Two, sorry, my kids are being loud. Like we said when we first started this podcast, I'm sorry, we have kids. And two, I talked to Voodoo, and eventually we may be pushing RHPD Motorsport merch, which I know we can't use the driver's likeness because they are obviously with contracts with their real teams, but there is nothing saying that we can't use our own logo.
Correct. And so, as you see, we both have RHPD merch on right now. Exactly. If you want some of this merch, there's a link down in the description. Go ahead and grab you some.
Definitely. Go check that out. We've got t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, hoodies, hats. In fact, we're wearing two different kinds of hats.
And there's a third option that we don't have.
Yeah, I think I've got the golf hat. He's got the baseball cap, I think.
I know there's 2 different kinds. I don't remember which one I got.
And then we've got a trucker hat. I know that.
Yep.
But be sure to stop in there, check that out, because if you guys buy merch, it'll help us out, and the more we can do. But at the same time, we're not done with RHPD Motorsport. We still have our plans. I kind of skipped around and told you how it was going to work. We're going to tally all the points from each race, give you weekly updates on RHPD Motorsport on how our drivers are doing. And at the end of the season, we will see where we rank in team-wise. Like we said, we got a little bit of a head start this time because of, see, there's our current point standing to Gateway.
This does not include Gateway yet.
Yeah, this does not include Gateway. So, obviously, because for recording this, the race just finished, like not even an hour ago. So, where was I? Oh, yeah. So we're at the end of the season. We're going to tally up point-wise of where our drivers stand, and we'll put it against other teams, including the drivers' respective teams. So, like with Brad Keselowski, we'll run RFKs with his scoring. And then we're going to see where our points lead. How many points we got in total versus all the other teams. Did we make good picks? And we'll talk about that. Bonus episode. So we got that to look forward to. I mentioned the merch. Awesome.
And because this is a specialty episode and it's not July 1st yet, we got a giveaway still going on.
I was getting to there, but like I said, my kids are being nuts. So we actually have 2 giveaways. I mean, you're kind of running out of time for one of them. Well, technically both of them, because it's only 4 weeks away until July 1st. But the first one I want to talk about is our RHPD NASCAR Fantasy League, which is actually a NASCAR fantasy. It's not our RHPD Motorsports. It is an actual NASCAR fantasy. You go to NASCAR.com, go to fantasy, and look up RHPD podcast. It has to say podcast or it's not ours.
It's actually Raise Hail, Praise Dale podcast.
Oh,
not
that's
RHPD.
right. That's right. I'm sorry. Raise Hail. That's HALE podcast.
Now the password is RHPD.
Yeah.
2024.
I'm sorry. I got it.
All lowercase.
I got it messed up. All lowercase. Our other one is a lot easier to get into and a lot easier to win because as of right now in this recording, there are only 2 people signed up for it. And all you have to do is go into any of our videos or any of our X posts, anything, our live streams, doesn't matter, and just comment a racetrack name, and then you will be put into the drawing. And we are giving away, I don't even know what to call it, like just a bunch of memorabilia, honestly, that we picked up at the track. I think last time we looked into it, there's going to be 3 autographs in that stack. There's going to be some hero cards. There's going to be some stickers. There's a free ice cream and whatever else we stuff in there at Nashville. We will be drawing for that July 1st because we will have a awesome weekend where me and Voodoo will be in the same place at the same time. Goodbye. I don't need your tiger. Thank you. So we will be in Tennessee for a week together. So get ready for some bonus episodes recorded. It's definitely going to be fun that Monday, which is July 1st, because not only will we be announcing the winners, we'll be talking about Nashville. Might be a longer episode, honestly. And yeah, because we'll be in our cabin there.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Sitting on the same couch in the same camera view.
Yeah, because if you guys don't know, we're like hours and hours away from each other. He's from Mississippi. I'm from Oklahoma. One of those things we met online, and now we're gonna go see a race together.
And we'll see if Raise Hell Praise Dale podcast survives the meetup.
that Monday you might hear it. Well, guys, I'm sorry. This is the last episode. We hate each other now.
Right.
Nah, I don't think that'll happen.
Only time shall tell.
Yes, sir. But anyway, I think that's all we've got for this special bonus episode. A special thank you to our 25 subs. On that note, be sure to spread the word, and our next goal is 50. If we get to 50, we will do another fun bonus episode.
That means like, comment, subscribe so you can help us get there.
Yes, sir. Like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends. Like us on X, RHPD Podcast, same as our YouTube. It is in the link is in the description, as well as our merch. And I think my personal TikTok's there because I post a lot of all I post is NASCAR stuff. I don't know what I'm talking about, but it's a lot of fun. Be sure to jump in our comments on our lives. We go live Mondays at 9 Eastern time. That's 9 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah.
Jump into our lives. We'd love to hear your questions, your thoughts, your comments, your concerns, whatever. We just want to kind of be fans together, no matter what your opinions are, as long as they're about NASCAR.
Yep.
So, thank you guys so much, and I'll let you read the outro to this bonus episode.
All right. So, with that being said, we're crossing the finish line of another Raise Hail Praise Dale episode. Until next time, may your tracks be clear and your victories many. And good night, race fans.
Okay, that's fine. She'll be all right.